say that they like my videos, but I'm sure there's some that didn't.
Yesterday he told me he likes the band Poopy Doopy. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're not a real band.
What do you think about vegetarians?
They're scum.
Why are they scum?
Yeah, they still support animal agriculture.
So they're the same. So he was a meat eater, basically?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Arguably, dairy in some ways is worse because dairy cows live longer, which means they're abused for longer. And I mean, just up shit in general happens in dairy farms. So when a cow is producing milk, that means she gave birth. Those kids like usually end up either veal, so they're like just chained, like kept in a very small container.
It's just so stupid, and then not even like.
She's just a matter McDonald's.
That's so depressing. Like, what's wrong with them? And I'm gonna be petty and go right back to that shit right when it's open, so I can get her fucking name. I'm gonna order my food, then get that bitch name, and then I'm gonna call in the morning and report her. Force that bitch into starting OnlyFans because she done lost her job. No, I'm just kidding. She's probably too old.
Hey guys, do you think I'm horny now?
You're probably always horny. You're fucking Korean, bro. Look, there's a Denny's. Nice. You're right here, though. I'm gonna go to this Burger King. Hold on. You think they're open, or do you think that they're closed? Hello?
You talking to me? Oh, it's Danny.
Interesting. Very interesting. When I see you again.
Zina.
Okay, they're
Actually-
probably not open, but Actually what?
The sleeping streaming?
What?
Sleeping streaming.
What about what?
Sleeping streaming.
What about it?
Sleeping streaming, you don't know?
You want to do a sleep stream soon?
No, I mean, sleeping streaming is not funny.
It's not fun.
We need alcohol.
You need what?
Alcohol.
Alcohol? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta set it up. We can do a sleep stream, get drunk.
Yeah, it'll be more funny.
Hello?
One moment, please.
Okay. Just checking to make sure you're open. See, that's how you work with somebody. One moment, please. Very polite, great customer service, like...
You guys pushing that Pepe? You guys pushing that Pepe? It's like.
Hello, good morning. Can I take your order?
Fifteen is 300 bucks.
Oh, what's going on in my ears?
What song's playing?
Hands clap.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the wrong version. They want to hear the Gotchi, man.
The hell is that?
You want me to link you to? Do you want a link or no?
Sure.
Okay, here we go!
All right. Keep it on Discord.
Alright, boys, crank it up, dude. Here we go!
You got me, nigga? Yeah, here we go. All right. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Okay.
They love it, dude. Watch the chat. Watch the chat.
Don't stop. Don't stop. You make me come.
People listen to this?
The chat can't even keep up. Look at him go, dude. Got you, Guru!
Girl with the 20 gifted.
You see what happens, dude?
You like what you see? Oh, I'm fucking coming. It's so fucking deep. The deep dark majesty.
What the fuck, dude? This is disgusting. I don't even know what to say. This is just filthy.
Anakin. Shut up, man. This is the best part. Shut up.
Hit 20 more. Thank you, Gotcha. Who's Anarchy?
Shut up, man. Here it comes.
Pixel giving single sub to. Thank you so much, guys.
No!
That's it?
That's it, dude.
What?
You want more? Oh, play that! No, play that!
What is this? Those are... Holy fuck, those are the 5 minutes of y'all. This is a banger, man. I love it. More slime with the fuck. This is good. I like it. It's so fucked up.
Do you like what you see?
Azarin with the 5 gifted subs too. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much, man. Yellow Jacket fellow with the other 5 gift. Thank you, dude. Wait, what is this?
Sorry for what?
This is Matt and the same for the 5 gifted community subs. Jesus Christ. And people, that was actually I actually kind of like that, honestly.
Yes,
I don't even know what to say. Uncle Austin extra 5, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. This is, man, what is auto playing here? Okay, what is auto playing? Phil Collins in the air.
Oh, no. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Possibly a weeb with the 5 tier 1s.
Thank you. What is this? Thank you. Possibly. All right. After this, I don't know if I can handle another one of these.
This is a build-up. This is a slow one. They believe, dude. They believe.
Believe what? I've never heard this.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Okay.
You gotta enable Gotchi base, dude.
Across any team fight. Her third ability, Spell Shield, allows Severe to block one enemy ability. It also grants her additional health and a burst of move speed. Severe's ultimate, On the Hunt, grants move speed to all nearby allies, allowing her to guide the team's pace. This is especially useful for organizing a unit.
This doesn't feel like voiceover work, and I don't know how to say their name. Severe seems right.
United Retreat, or combining your powers for a decisive strike. Her ult also grants her the passive effect Higher Morale. Each hit on an enemy champion stacks morale and bonus attack damage. When her morale is high enough, Severe grants another burst of move speed to her allies and renews her ultimate. While her ultimate is active, Severe's cooldowns are reduced, so use it at the beginning of a fight to maximize its effect. Severe's
The more I work in this industry, the less I want to say. This is part of why the voiceover talent pronounced Severe's name differently, and it led to people assuming it was AI and inadvertently half-cocked trashing his work. I'm sorry it happened. Chris Marsh, voiceover. Fuck. Oh no. What the fuck is this shit? Give me my suicide stream. Loser steer. I'm not a loser, bro. I'm just unlucky. It kind of hurts my feelings when you say that kind of stuff. I'm thinking about gambling my last $200.
Where's my engineer? 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 Where's my engineer?
Well, we go. Really? Well, he's a pretty good guy. Well, you know, I'm a little bit pretty quick. So.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
That's the wrong number. So, how was your first gotchi experience, man?
That's disgusting.
What?
All right. So the Dr. Disrespect one, the Gillette, was fucking good. I thought it was the best. The other two, not so much. But the Gillette one, I actually like. I was like, yo, this is real shit, you know. But it's like, so people listen to that,
dude. We listen to it all the time. Unironically, it's good stuff.
Wait, what? But it's just like a gay guy yelling.
Okay, first of all, fuck you.
Well, I mean,
second of all, it's not just some gay guy. It's fucking Billy Harrington, man.
What?
Show some fucking respect for the he's not just some gay guy. He's fucking important.
All right, fine. All right, Billy Harrington. It's a guy yelling during gay sex. And you put the moaning and the yelling during gay sex in a song.
Yes.
And that's the right version?
Yes.
That is the correct version, yes. Fuck's the problem?
I don't even know who's Anarchy.
Anarchy, dude. He's the fucking goat, dude. He's a fucking goat, man. He was the goat, but you know,
I mean,
all I gotta say is fuck drunk drivers, dude. Fuck 'em, man.
Okay, that's something that we can agree on. All right, we can't agree on that. That's fine. But holy fuck, dude. That I don't know what to say. Okay, I really don't know what to say. That's I've always heard about this gotcha stuff. I didn't really fully understand it, and now I wish I never did. So there's a learning experience for everything. All right. I don't know even what to say. I'm
honestly, I can't believe you're shit talking gotchi, dude. That's pretty fucked.
Look, dude. I'm not shit. I mean, look.
Unfollowed.
Okay, yeah, come on. No, no, dude. Don't un-Twitch Prime. Ravoa, thank you for sub. Let's go. Let's read the rest of this Q&A. Let's get the rest of this done. No. I'm sorry. There's... I don't know if I can handle the gotchi. That's one level I don't think I'm ever going to get to. Look, all right, can we come to a meeting, a compromise with the fact that I thought the Gillette song was good? Can we just say, like, okay, the Gillette song was good? Okay, how about that? The Gillette song was good. I liked it. I thought it was good. The last one that we listened to, the Air Tonight, whatever the fuck, I thought that one was good too in a way, because you were just waiting for it. You were waiting for it. You were waiting for it. That felt good. The first one, though, not so much. All right, let me just say that. Okay, let's go back to the Q&A, because that was supposed to be what we were doing. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. Okay, let me go over here and take a look at this and see what the hell is going on. All right, just a second. Okay, all right, guys, relax. Relax. Look. If you're gonna call me a normie, because I don't think that putting sounds of a men moaning during gay sex during a song is the peak of artistic perfection, I'm sorry.
You're a piece of shit. Fuck you, man.
All right, let's go over here. Let me look at what all this is. Jesus Christ, guys, relax. We know... we knew Restoration were coming up... Oh, I read that one. Restoration has a strong and varied toolkit. It's worth noting that they're currently an extremely strong PvP hero, which is another facet of balance we have to take into consideration. So they're balancing the game around PvP more than PvE. So because they're good in PvP, that means that they can't be good in PvE too. So if you don't like PvP Shaman or PvE Shamans, just go PvP and you'll be happy. That's basically what it is. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
I love
That's
that
great.
Sound. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks.
Okay.
I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside.
All right.
Man, you get at least at least apologize. They will calm down. I've experienced this before. They will calm down if you just apologize. Okay.
All right, I will. Guys, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for your parents.
What?
I'm sorry for society. I'm sorry for anyone that's led to the creation of this degeneracy on Twitch TV. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had to listen to that. I'm sorry that I have to read this shit. I'm sorry that I get fucking peer pressured into putting that head emote like this over and over and over on my fucking stream.
Stop!
I'm sorry. You're right, I am sorry. You're goddamn right. I actually put it on though. I did enable Gotchi Bass for this song. I thought it would be funny, but apparently it didn't. It didn't enable fast enough. Does it work now?
Yes.
Okay, that's a compromise, boys. That's a compromise.
Boys, that is a compromise. He will keep the Gotchi base, even though he doesn't like it. Okay, so that's a good compromise. Let's smiles in the chat, boys. Let's move on.
Let's see. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay, not too bad. I don't listen to our song. What should we listen to?
You know, you could use some anger management training.
Get out of my sight before I demolish you. I ever find one of these lying around again, I swear to fucking God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you. Stage right in order now.
People were telling me, hey, you can't go play Patrick Bateman, it's career suicide.
I'm Batman. But with it, of course, came some problems as well. On the set of Terminator Salvation in 2008, Christian Bale had an outburst towards a member of the crew. The audio of the incident was released the following year, and what ensued was chaos. In the clip, Bale was mouthing off the film's cinematographer Shane Hulbut for walking onto the set in an intense moment of filming. It got so bad that Bale threatened to leave if Shane wasn't fired.
You know, shut up for a second, all right? I'm gonna go. Do you want me to go trash your lights? You do it one more fucking time, and I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired.
There was a huge outrage from the public, with some people holding the opinion that the years of method acting had finally broken his mental state. He got too into the role he was playing. Eventually, Christian apologized publicly and said he had made amends with Shane, saying that what he did was inexcusable. Shortly before that, on 22nd July 2008, Christian Bale found himself detained by authorities in London. This followed a report filed by his mother and sister Sharon alleging an assault at a hotel. Subsequently, Christian was released on bail. He flat out denied the accusations and referred to the incident as a deeply personal matter. Ultimately, on 14th August, the Crown Prosecution Service announced its decision not to pursue the case any further due to insufficient evidence that could reasonably lead to a conviction. One could say that his characters were beginning to affect his personal life, which he keeps very private. These situations greatly reduced his public perception and gave him a lot to think about in years to come. 2009, Terminator Salvation was finally released, and it was said to be one of Christian Bale's worst performances and a far cry from the rejuvenation Bale had hoped to bring to the franchise. After the movie's less than successful run, Bale realized that this was just a small hurdle in his career, and so he picked himself up, dusted off, and went for the next movie. 2011, Christian Bale won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and the Golden Globe for the same category as well. These were awards that eluded him for years, and he won them doing what he was best at, method acting. Dickie Eklund was a character that couldn't be played by just anyone. There needed to be a sense of authenticity and comedy to the performance, and that's exactly what Christian Bale delivered. Prior to the role, he had lost 30 pounds so he could look as close to Dickie as possible. During filming, he was regularly hanging out with Dickie Eklund in order to play his role to perfection. They became close friends, and Bale thoroughly understood the mind of Dickie. All of that enabled him to perform exceptionally well in the role. But Christian Bale wasn't done. That same year, he would star in a historical drama film, The Flowers of War, which became the highest-grossing Chinese film of that year. Shortly after that, he would return to Batman to finish off the trilogy. The last installment of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises, grossed over $1 billion worldwide, surpassing its predecessor by a landslide. Bale's performance in the trilogy was regarded as the best portrayal of Batman on film, but Bale still felt he could have done better. After the Dark Knight trilogy, Bale stepped into the next phase of his career. He starred in films such as Out of the Furnace, The Big Short, and American Hustle. He was nominated.
And the critics' choice is Christian Bale.
I watched every single Ryan Gosling movie since the year 2000 to prove once and for all that this man is literally me.
It's only play time.
Gosling has starred in a total of 26 films as of July 2023, and in this video, we're going to be ranking every single one.
Guess I'll see you in the movies.
Before we jump in, let's go back to where it all began.
Let me show you something. Come on.
It's 1980 in a little town you might know called London.
Looking at the morning newspapers.
Nope. Actually, it's this one. In Ontario, Canada. It was a cold November morning at St. Joseph's Hospital when a little boy was born to Thomas and Donna Gosling. Snowflakes glisten in the trees, dusting the ground outside the window, while a faint cry emerges from the delivery room. A little hand reaches out and the young boy utters his first words.
A drive?
very, very pleased to welcome to our show tonight Ryan Gosling, Canada's latest and greatest Mouseketeer, I guess you could say.
Fast forward 12 years into the future, the year is 1993, and Gosling is starring alongside Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Have you had a chance to spend any time with the other guys in the MMC?
Almost definitely, yeah. Just recently, Justin and I were playing basketball. Yes.
This 90s Disney variety show is where Gosling got a start in the acting and performing world. Gosling went on to star in a few small films like Frankenstein and Me and Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy. Although I'm pretty sure nobody has seen those, myself included.
Oh, this is Karen. She's from Ohio. We're going together.
But let's be honest, if you clicked on this video, you already know all of this. So let's dive right into ranking every single Ryan Gosling movie. For clarity, the rankings are determined by a combination of two factors: the quality of the film as a whole and the impact of Gosling's performance. For example, I think Remember the Titans is a great film, but Ryan's impact is so small that the film ends up somewhere in the middle. Number 26, Drive. Drive was released in 2011 and centers around a nameless getaway driver in Los Angeles. Okay, I'm kidding. Before you click away in rage, let's go to the actual number 26, The Slaughter Rule. Released in 2002, The Slaughter Rule is Gosling's second film in the spotlight. He plays a high school football quarterback named Roy Chutney. After the JV team is cut, an energetic and definitely pedophilic homeless man named Gid recruits Roy to be the captain of his 6-man team. Roy's father recently passed away, so he often finds comfort in being with Gid as he fills that paternal role in his life. At the same time, Gid struggles to contain his homosexual tendencies, which strains the relationship. This movie clearly had a really small budget, and despite being a football movie, no one seems to have much talent in that department. The writing is pretty poor, and some of the line delivery is really goofy. Also, the soundtrack just did not work for me. But that said, if you want to see a yodeling Ryan Gosling or one of Amy Adams' earliest movie roles, then, well, actually never mind, it's still not worth it.
Oh gosh. Yodelay, yodeloo, yodelay.
Number 25, Murder by Numbers. In the same year, Gosling starred in this crime thriller alongside another big name, Sandra Bullock. Gosling plays Richard Haywood, a cocky, rich high schooler who, along with his friend Justin, plan to commit the perfect murder. The boys, bored and lacking purpose, believe that the only way to live is to commit crime.
All real freedom risks crime. Indeed, freedom is crime, because it thinks first of itself and not of the group.
On the other end, investigating the murder is Cassie Mayweather. Battling with her own tormented past, she follows the clues and missteps of the boys, culminating in a final life-or-death showdown. Murder by Numbers falls just short of being so bad it's good. So basically, it's just bad. All the performances are pretty solid, and the premise is interesting, but the film really falls apart in the writing and the pacing. At one point, a baboon attacks Cassie out of nowhere in a shed, as if it was some huge payoff, but then it's never referenced again for the rest of the movie. Why was there a baboon living in a gardening shed? It's probably not important. Gosling's performance is charismatic and entertaining, but his character is definitely not one to model your life decisions by.
One cannot live fully without embracing suicide and crime.
24. All Good Things. All Good Things is an extremely forgettable thriller based on the true story of Robert Durst. Gosling plays a free-spirited, wealthy man named David Marks, who comes from a family of real estate tycoons in New York City. In the early days, David wants to make his own path apart from his domineering father, and he marries Kirsten Dunst's character, Katie. The charm and good haircuts of the honeymoon period are quick to fade, however, and Gosling becomes brooding, sinister, and boring. When Katie disappears, David is suspected to have killed her. The film really drops the ball in developing Gosling's character. It opts to give David the appearance of a murderer without substantiating that image with consistent actions. And speaking of appearances, when David goes on the run, he dresses up as a woman for a while, and that's an image that I've never wanted to see. Between the sideburns, wigs, and makeup, this film did not do Ryan any favors in the looks department. The true story of Robert Durst is incredibly interesting, so I recommend just skipping the film entirely and doing some reading instead. 23. Gangster Squad. I have to confess something to you all. I did not finish Gangster Squad. I hit pause about 2 years ago and never came back. But here's what I can say. You can tell the film really wanted to be an authentic, slick gangster movie, but it just comes off as trying too hard and coming up very short. The writing is pretty awful, the cast is underutilized, and I'd just rather watch a better film like Chinatown or Goodfellas. The one saving grace of Gangster Squad is the dynamic duo Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. and believe me, this will not be the last time we see them side by side on the big screen. I'm a huge fan of Gosling's slick look in this film, but I don't know if I ever really bought his high-pitched voice.
Are you weak in the knees yet?
Sure I am.
For the most part, these lower slots have been reserved for Gosling's earlier films, or at the very least, not his newer, more popular movies. Here, to break that pattern, is The Gray Man. This is Gosling's second most recent film to date, but that does not stop it from being one of his worst. The Gray Man is a generic, heartless action film that prioritizes action set pieces over quality storytelling. The cast feels incredibly underutilized, which is a shame because Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, and Chris Evans in the same film should have been a home run.
True.
The plot is nothing you haven't seen before, so why would you want to watch it again, but worse? I fell asleep the first time I tried watching it. It's the kind of action movie where everything blends together into one indiscernible blob of noise and color, making it very challenging to stay awake.
Talk about action. On top of action. On top of action.
And then more action.
And then more action.
And then some sneaky action.
Yeah, and they snuck a little action.
A little action.
I have no issues with Gosling's performance as Six. All the responsibility for this failure falls on the Russo brothers. They're fun one-liners that'll make you smile, but the poor writing and directing smother any hope of a respectable film. 21. Only God Forgives. Only God Forgives is Gosling's second film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. You're going to want to remember that name for the future. Refn's style is characterized by vibrant neon colors, stylized brutality, and the use of monolithic characters. These are characters that have very few lines, but are willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. Over the course of the film, Gosling only has 17 lines. He plays Julian, a drug dealer who runs his family operation by vibrant one. Only God Forgives. Only God Forgives is Gosling's second film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. You're going to want to remember that name for the future. Refn's style is characterized by vibrant neon colors, stylized brutality, and the use of monolithic characters. These are characters that have very few lines, but are willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. Over the course of the film, Gosling only has 17 lines. He plays Julian, a drug dealer who runs his family operation out of a kickboxing gym in Bangkok. Julian's mother, Crystal, forces him to find and kill the man responsible for his brother's murder. This film excels in visual spectacle, but aside from that, it didn't really work for me. It's very metaphorical and abstract, and I feel it left a lot of potential on the table. As for Gosling, what few lines he has, he makes up for in pensive stares and lonely eyes. Something tells me this guy would do really well driving a car. 20. Song to Song. Song to Song is directed by Terrence Malick and is easily one of the most unique films Gosling has been in. I can't attest to fully grasping Malick's style because this is the only film of his I've seen, but at times I loved it and other times it just felt pretentious and uninteresting. The beauty of this film really comes in waves. The cast is surprisingly stacked, however, I can't help but feel they were underutilized. Song to Song is a film without a script, so the actors are given the freedom to completely improvise while the cameras are rolling. This lends itself to some intensely beautiful moments, but also ugly, unsatisfactory ones. The music choice is also very unique, and in a way, the audio experience tells the story, as the title says, from song to song. This film is tough to get through, but if you do manage, the end is very worth it. I don't think I've seen Ryan Gosling smile more in any other film. Song to Song is a strange blend of unceremonious filmmaking, giving way to some of the highest highs and the lowest lows. And trust me, the lows get pretty low. 19. The United States of Leland. The United States of Leland takes us back to the early days once again, with Gosling playing a withdrawn teenager named Leland. One day, Leland kills his girlfriend's autistic brother and gets sent to prison. Through conversations with his teacher Pearl, we get to understand Leland's perspectives on the world and other individuals. They discuss the sadness and pain that lingers under the surface of everyday life. Leland has an acute awareness and sensitivity to this plight, exacerbated by his recent breakup.
If you have to wake me up in the middle of the night to tell me that I don't have anything to worry about, it kind of makes it seem like I do have something to worry about.
The film has a sad, subdued tone which I think a lot of people will resonate with. That said, it's pretty messy and unfocused, especially in the first half. With so many family members appearing without introduction, it took me a long time to figure out whose parents were whose and who's dating and whose siblings. The moments with Ryan Gosling and Don Cheadle really shine, with both actors giving great performances while they dissect the complexities of life.
There's all this sadness and there's nothing you can do about it. And all I wanted was for it to go away. Not getting angry, not prayers and not tears. Nothing can make something that happened unhappen.
18. The Big Short. I watched The Big Short back in high school for an economics project, and at the time I had no idea who Ryan Gosling was. Despite that fact, I was still aware of the rest of the star-studded cast and enjoyed the experience. The film covers the events of the 2008 housing market crash and the handful of investors who predicted the subprime mortgage crisis. Throughout the movie, various real-world celebrities have cameos explaining the complicated financial jargon, which keeps intrigue high and lowers the likelihood of audiences zoning out in confusion.
Wall Street loves to use confusing terms to make you think only they can do what they do. Here's Margot Robbie in a bubble bath to explain.
So the banks started filling these bonds with riskier and riskier mortgages. Thank you, Banjo. That way, they can keep that profit machine churning, right?
Gosling plays an investment banker named Jared Vennett, and he's amazing in that role. I could watch him explain the housing market with Jenga blocks all day. This one definitely deserves a rewatch, and I'm positive it will rank higher when that day comes.
That's America's housing market.
17. The Ides of March. The Ides of March is a political drama directed and starred in by George Clooney. Gosling's character, Stephen Myers, is a junior campaign manager for Governor Mike Morris's presidential campaign. The film is about the struggle to control the ramifications of corruption in the political system. It pits victory and virtue against each other and requires you to choose. It's an interesting look at how that corruption can slowly seep its way into even the most honest and upright. Power has the ability to entice and skew perception of reality, which can devastate not only your career, but your personal life too. I enjoyed this film, although I find it mildly forgettable. If Gosling wasn't in it, I'd probably lose interest pretty quickly. The movie has a very provocative premise, and if politics pique your interest, I'd give The Ides of March a watch. For me though, it's been a while since I've seen it, and I have no desire to watch it again. 16. Stay. One of my biggest disappointments with cinema as a whole is the complete utter utilization of transitions. Stay is the first film to finally appease this deep desire of mine. In other words, this movie has some of the wackiest, most absurd transitions I've seen in any film, and it's incredible. The film centers around a psychiatrist, Dr. Sam Foster, and his patient Henry Latham. As soon as Henry shows up in Sam's life, certain events plant seeds of doubt in his mind that there's something more to Henry. Henry told the doctor the exact date and location of where he plans on committing suicide, so the clock is ticking for Sam to save his life. The film culminates in one grand reveal, and it brought a tear to my eye. After an entire movie of confusion, desperately trying to understand this malfunctioning world, everything becomes clear. It's a film that really requires a rewatch because suddenly all the wild transitions, disorienting camera work, and mistakes make sense and create a bigger picture. This film flew by, and although it felt a little unfocused at times, the final sequence sticks the landing and seeds of doubt in his life and a film of mine. Politics pique your interest, I'd give The Ides of March a watch. The film centers around a psychiatrist, Dr. If Gosling wasn't in it, I'd probably lose interest pretty quickly. But there are a few elements that made my experience pretty enjoyable. First, the film opens with Anthony Hopkins driving a Porsche Carrera GT. It has nothing to do with the film, but that's my dream car, so I was immediately invested. Second, Rosamund Pike is amazing, and what's even more amazing is Ryan Gosling flirting with her. My only gripe is that she should have had a lot more screen time.
Do I know you?
Nikki Gardner. Your new boss.
My eye. After an entire movie of confusion, desperately trying to understand this malfunctioning world, everything becomes clear. It's a film that really requires a rewatch because suddenly all the wild transitions, disorienting camera work, and mistakes make sense and create a bigger picture. This film flew by, and although it felt a little unfocused at times, the final sequence sticks the landing and effectively ties it all together. Gosling is at his most emo in this film, and I'm all for it. 15. Fracture. Fracture is a pretty generic murder mystery thriller, but there are a few elements that made my experience pretty enjoyable. First, the film opens with Anthony Hopkins driving a Porsche Carrera GT. It has nothing to do with the film, but that's my dream car, so I was immediately invested. Second, Rosamund Pike is amazing, and what's even more amazing is Ryan Gosling flirting with her. My only gripe is that she should have had a lot more screen time.
Do I know you?
Nikki Gardner. Your new boss.
Oh.
The third element, a surprise to no one, is Gosling playing an attorney named Willie Beecham. Fracture's plot is largely engaging and has some unexpected twists, but like so many films on this list, it's the characters that carry this film on their shoulders. Willie is tasked with prosecuting Theodore Crawford, who openly admits to murdering his wife.
You shot your wife? It's just like I suddenly snapped and I got the gun and I shot her in the head. I know it was wrong.
What first appears to be an incredibly simple conviction turns into an elaborate game of cat and mouse to find a mistake in Crawford's carefully crafted plan. Hopkins essentially plays a less interesting Hannibal Lecter, but it turns out when you take something incredible and make it a little worse,
It takes a very special sort of person to look into someone's eyes and shoot them, Willie.
it's still pretty decent. Overall, the film isn't half bad. Much like number 14, Half Nelson. Half Nelson is a film about opposing forces.
And what's change? It's this, it's opposites. It's two things that push against each other in opposite directions.
Eventually, if neither force lets up, there's going to be a collision. This is the pattern that characterizes the life of Dan Dunn, a junior high history teacher. On the one side, he's a down-to-earth, easygoing teacher that his students can bond with.
Like robots and stuff, right?
It could be robots. It could be robots, but let's say it's a metaphor.
And on the other, he's a drug addict.
Oh, yo. Stream Mad God. It's a good idea. Is saying trans rights a social virtue signal? What do you mean saying trans rights? Just saying the word? My alarm system is on and it should be restreaming feedback. Hold on. I thought I turned my alarm back on so it would tell me whenever you message me in Kick. But I'm not seeing it now. And that took me like a full 10 minutes to reply. Bum 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 bum. This website is so janky. Having it a flare on it. Oh, yeah, if you made it a flare, it's inherently like a virtue signal, right? I mean, signaling your virtues is like okay to a level, isn't it? It's just weird when you like signal your yeah, if you migrate there, I'll see it. Signaling your virtue in order to put yourself above the virtue itself is like cringe.
Here's how to get Twitch added to your Restream dashboard. From your dashboard, choose Add Destinations. Luckily, Twitch is within our Quick Connect options, so we'll just click Connect from here. Now it's time to authorize Restream to stream to your Twitch account. And that's it. Twitch is now connected to your Restream dashboard.
It's not what I wanted. Relay mode is what I want. It's just that Chatty that I use only reads Twitch. I have to make sure it all goes to Twitch. Yeah, it means nothing from a legal perspective. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm just watching this. It's called I Watched All 26 Ryan Gosling Movies.
At the intersection of these
I did like a Christian Bale one. I thought I'd do like a Ryan Gosling one.
two worlds lies a student named Dre. After discovering Dan high in a bathroom stall, a bond is formed between them. This relationship gives way to an incredibly sincere depiction of loneliness and addiction. Dre too is caught up in a life she knows is wrong, but feels she can't escape. She helps deal drugs. This duplicitous and painful aspect in the lives of both teacher and student culminates in one of the most impactful scenes in the movie. On a delivery one night, Dre is invited inside the motel where a handful of people are doing drugs. Dan appears in the doorway and meets Dre down at her level. Her teacher, and more importantly, her closest friend, nods and extends a wad of cash. So much emotion is conveyed in this scene, even while no words are exchanged. Gosling gives an incredible performance, but the film as a whole struggled to really keep me engaged. 13. Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans is a football movie taking place during the Civil Rights Movement in 1971. When an all-white school is forced to integrate with an all-black school, Coach Herman Boone rises to the challenge of forming a unified football team. Through the rigor and hardship of training camp, the team becomes one unit. Black or white, it doesn't matter because they're the Titans.
Okay, apparently it didn't turn on.
Ryan Gosling's role is incredibly small in this film, but the handful of scenes he has are ones to remember.
Huh? Yes. This one. I mean, I don't even have to ask, but I will. What do you think of this one?
I never really thought Gosling was that believable as a football player, so it's pretty funny that he managed to be in two separate films playing that part. Gosling's effect in this film is very minimal, but Remember the Titans is still very much worth the watch. Treat it more like a Ryan Gosling Easter egg hunt in an otherwise normal football movie. 12. The Believer. The Believer was released 1 year after Remember the Titans, and was really Gosling's breakout role. Even this early in his career, Gosling's performance is electric. The film follows an anti-Semitic skinhead named Danny Ballant, who himself is a Jew.
He said you were bar mitzvahed there in March of 1988.
He said, and you believe that? And you call yourself a real reporter?
Okay, so you're saying that that's not true.
Do I look Jewish to you? Look at this.
Doubting his religion from a young age, he ran from it until that defiance transformed into an all-encompassing hatred that consumed his life. The fear of coming to terms with himself and God is smothered by a bloodlust which ironically leads back to himself. Danny wants to lead the movement to eradicate Jews, but his deep-rooted beliefs and loyalty to Judaism resurface and perpetuate his doubt. The final scene really drives home the message of the film for me. In the afterlife, he ascends a seemingly infinite staircase. His old teacher tells him,
"Don't you know? There's nothing up there."
Okay, that
he
should
presses on
reload.
anyway. A never-ending cycle
No.
of avoiding the very thing that will enable him to move forward, yet simultaneously striving in
it's
vain for
working.
something to give his life meaning. While external violence does play a part in this film, the emphasis is on Danny's internal conflicts and how they manifest in his actions.
Look at
The
all
film
the
has its
jumps.
unsavory moments, but I think it's deserving of more recognition. 11. The Notebook. I'll just come right out and say it. I love The Notebook.
Me too.
It's the film that really set me on this whole Ryan Gosling journey. It's not great by any means, and I actually really don't like the scenes when they're old, but the film has a charm that just can't be replaced. Rachel McAdams is one of my favorite female actresses, and together the pair have such great chemistry.
You're fantastic. You really are. I'm impressed.
I'm not usually like this. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you are.
The film is about young love, tragically torn apart, and the obstacles that are overcome to reignite the flame that used to burn so bright. It's all incredibly unrealistic.
I
For
am
example,
open to
there's
YouTube
absolutely no
recommendations.
reason for Allie to leave her
I
wealthy,
guess.
kind, and loving fiancé, who looks like this,
It's hard to know what I like,
to go back to a guy she knew for one summer, who looks like
even
this.
for me.
Yeah, I know, looks aren't everything, but Noah is absolutely a downgrade.
What do you want?
That said, if I was in Allie's shoes, I'd do the same thing. I mean, come on, he's still Ryan Gosling. I just wish he had gotten a haircut, man. Even in some of the movie posters, they removed Gosling's facial hair because it just looks better. Noah and Allie's dysfunctional relationship makes for a sappy, unrealistic romance, and I'm absolutely here for it.
I'm sorry. Get in the water, baby. Baby, would you get it?
So long as you don't expect your relationships to pan out this way, I recommend it. 10.
Brutal.
Barbie. Barbie is the most recent installment on this list, and unfortunately, it let me down. But you know who didn't let me down? Ryan Gosling.
So cool.
Barbie is a strong contender for the funniest film he's been in, only outdone by one, which we'll talk about very shortly. The plot of Barbie essentially has two components. It begins as a quest for Barbie to find her owner in the real world to set Barbie Land back to normal. But by the end, it becomes a battle of Kens versus Barbies to take control of Barbie Land. The script is hilarious when it's good, but eye-rolling when it's bad. Ken's arc is by far the most compelling, and I wish this was a film dedicated to him. In the real world, he discovers a society that not only notices men, but values them.
Out there, I was somebody. When I walked down the street, people respected me just for who I am.
This starts a bit where Ken wants to establish a patriarchy in Barbie Land, filled with men on horses, brewski beers, and mini fridges. In reality, a patriarchy isn't what he wants, he just wants to show Barbie how it feels to be inferior for once. The film is all about female empowerment and carries a strong feminist agenda, which was to be expected. It stumbles in the way it tries to conflate the society of Barbie Land with that of the real world. A world controlled by women is unfortunately the dream for so many young girls, and this film caters to that desire at the expense of men.
Please may the Kens have one
Dairy
Supreme Court
cows
justice.
live.
Oh, I can't do that. But maybe a lower circuit court judgeship.
We accept, as long as we can wear robes.
That said, it's still an enjoyable watch, but without Ryan Gosling, this film would completely lose its appeal for me.
When I found out the patriarchy wasn't about horses, I lost interest anyway.
9. The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys is Shane Black's 2016 buddy cop movie starring Russell Crowe and, of course, Ryan Gosling. Set in Los Angeles in the 70s, the film follows the serendipitous team-up of Holland March and Jackson Healy as they piece together the clues to track down a missing woman. For me, the plot of this film is just the vessel to carry the incredible chemistry and humor between Gosling and Crowe. It's incredibly witty in a way that feels refreshingly fun, and Gosling gives his most hilarious performance by far.
I'm not saying you don't gotta think on your feet. Bend a few rules, maybe. But it's worth it. As long as you get the results.
It's really a shame that he hasn't starred in more comedy films because his delivery, especially when playing off Crowe, is so good.
Tally, this is not you.